Hi, my name is Georgine, and this is 5 minutes of active stretching. So what I mean by active stretching, you move versus just staying in stillness. So start standing and ragdoll your way down to a standing forward fold. As soon as you reach the bottom, heaviness in the heels, slight bend in the knees, and roll your way back up. So let's keep this progression starting from head down to the base of the spine. Then start from the base of the spine and roll your way up. You can get a little bit more creative with the movement. You can bend your knees more if you need. You can also lean against a wall, legs against the wall if you need, or do this from a seated position. And just taking your time. Bonus points if you have a cat motivating you beside you. And sometimes you might load the forward fold a little bit with the cat in hand. Okay. Second thing, feet a little bit wider, forearms to thighs, and round and arc your spine. Usually this is done from all fours. It's called a cat-cow. But I like to do this standing as well, just to really kind of notice the pelvic tilt and really get a little bit more in between the shoulder blades. It's also nice to kind of change up a posture you know quite well into a little bit of a different shape. And then staying where you are, left hand to low back, straighten your left leg, and then twist, lengthening through your spine. And then just unravel your twist, and then retwist a couple times just to find your kind of best range of motion. Like, what's the place that feels like, yeah, that's good. And it might be different each day. Once you find that place, find stillness. Option 1, stay with the arms in this variation. Option 2, maybe your right hand comes towards the ground or a block, and then maybe your left arm reaches up to the ceiling. And you might find you choose a variation and you're just not into it that day. That's fine. And come back to center. I like to take a few symmetrical shapes, so cat-cow, because both sides are doing the same thing. It's just nice to rinse out. And then that helps you find that kind of neutral spine again. So nice long spine. So this time, right hand to low back, lengthen, twist. And I'll do kind of some twists and unravels or re-ravel. And then once you find that place that you're like, yes, this is great, stay. Option, keep your arms as is, or this time left hand to the ground. Maybe right hand reaches up, maybe it doesn't. Where the hand's placed on the ground is up to you. So the intention of this sequence is just to move your spine, move into the hips, and just sort of rinse off the day. And coming back the way you came, come back to center. And then just find a nice forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows, you can sway, you can shrug your shoulders up and down. I find this is a nice place to do it because gravity helps the shoulders drop towards the ears. And you can really notice that lifting up, or I guess lowering down your back. If your feet ever need to be wider, if you ever need to bend your knees more, cool. Okay. Then from here, bring your feet outer hip distance apart, toes turn out a bit. And then keep your hands on the ground as you bend your knees, bring your hips down to the point that feels good, and then extend your legs. So just find this movement. Now, maybe your hands need to go on blocks. Maybe your feet need to be at a different orientation or wider. Really, this isn't something that you necessarily get based on how your bones are structured. So find the variation that works for you. Okay, then staying down low. If you need to sit on a block or two, great. You can lean into a wall if you need. And then one arm at a time, just lift up as high as you can. Notice if the neck or jaw starts to move around. Try to keep everything else relatively relaxed. as you alternate your arms. If you find you start to fall back, maybe bring something under your heels. And then both arms at the same time if you want. You can keep the alternating arms if that feels better, or even stillness. And then come back into your forward fold, hips high, and then step your feet as wide as you feel comfortable with. For me, I'm wearing socks, so that is my comfort zone, or else I'll get quite slippery. And then walk your hands as far forwards as you can. Now again, you can bring your hands on a prop. You can shrug out your shoulders, rock out your head. This is called the elephant posture, just because elephants have a wider gait. And then walk your hands back. Step your feet together and slowly roll your way up to standing. And that's your 5 minutes of movement. And then you have time to hang out with your cat or dog if you're a dog person or something else. So until next time, my name's Georgine. Thanks for joining me today, and see you in a couple weeks.